You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Welcome to the Dressage Today podcast, Training Buzz. These short podcasts bring you the best tips straight from our subscription video site, Equestrian Plus. To get full access to over 5,000 videos, go to equestrianplus.com and enter DT Podcast to get 15% off your first month subscription. Now, listen in on this week's buzz and enjoy the ride. Welcome to this week's Training Buzz, sponsored by Purina. There's more talk than ever about the importance of probiotics in equine health, but not all probiotics are created equal. New Purina Systemic Supplement remains live and active after the pelleting process and throughout the digestive system, making it all the way to the hind gut. Systemic was designed to support normal recovery after exercise and occasional gastrointestinal stress. Whether you're using a probiotic now or not, it's time to use a live and active supplement from a name you trust. New Purina Systemic Probiotic. Today, hear a bit from Grand Prix rider Laura Ashley Killian on riding the Centerline. She explains and has her student demonstrate how to ride straight down the centerline, as well as halted X. They also go over common rider mistakes and how to fix them.
You're going to come down centerline. Check back with your judge, which will be right at C, which happens to be exactly where I am. And make eye contact. Plan the turn. Stare that judge down as you come down center line. You are one stride off, and now you are perfect as you come through. Good. Aim between your cones. You can keep going. That would be your halt if you were to take it. When you get right before the camera, you're going to prepare right and turn right. Well done. Out into that corner. Use your space better through the short side, so that you're touching on the short side by the rails. Get her a little softer in the hand. There you go. And then as you approach the last letter, as you get close to F as in Frank, check back, look for the center, plan your turn. Look now, know where you need to wind up, and now rotate your body to match. Don't overshoot, don't undershoot. Dead on in the middle. I believe you are to the right. So you turn that one a bit too narrow. Overcorrect the horse by shifting your weight slightly towards your left hip to improve the straightness. This time we'll make a left. Wait for it, and then turning. Change your posting diagonal. Switch your posting. Good. And straight ahead. So now we need to split the difference between the two. Make sure we're dead on that center line. Plan ahead with your eyes. Not too narrow, not too wide. It is exactly a 10-meter turn. If we have a horse that shoots wide, we might need to think about turning 8 meters and pushing them to 10 meters. If we have a horse that dives in, we might need to think of leg yielding out on the turn using our inner leg. Much better. When we get there, we're going to make a right. Good job. So we've got the entrance portion sorted out quite nicely now. We're going to make a beautiful entrance, but now we're going to start to do some intentionally faulty riding so that we can see our turns and how we might make mistakes at the far end. So this time you're going to make a beautiful center line. You're going to be on track for receiving that 10 from your judge. But as you come down at the end, you're going to get just a little bit hesitant. And you're going to wonder if your horse is going to turn or run into that judge's box. And you're going to swerve. You're going to shoot wide to the right and then arc to the left. You're going to go, oh no, I'm falling right. And then whoops, and correct back. So many times that happens to our riders. Well executed incorrect riding. Thank you, Gail. When they start to approach that scary judge's box. So whether it be that the horse is uncertain, or the rider goes, is it left, is it right, is it left, is it right? I'm not sure. And they hesitate at that last second, or they wait too long to plan, and then they grab that rein. Either way, it can end up having that sort of result. Now, Gail, this time when you get up there, you're going to accidentally crank on your inside rein, on that right rein, and you're going to use her neck to turn when you get to the judge. So riding beautifully, we're on track for that perfect 10, and then she grabs that right rein, goes, oh, I forgot to plan. Now we've got a shoulder bulging and a horse out of balance starting our test. And then back into balance for me, Gail. Good. So now we're going to go back to our beautiful riding, and we're going to practice our halts as we get to X. Today we have cones to help us mark that spot, and Gail is going to prepare coming into that halt, making sure that her half halts are successful so that when she asks for a full halt, it'll be no big deal. So she's checking, is the horse listening? Is she on my seat? If I post slower, then drop my weight, will she just stop? Beautiful. Now we want the promptness moving out. Seat bones tell the horse to go. Leg follows up as needed. Seat bones, and off we go. Good. We're going to make a left, and then we'll do that again. Well executed. Now this time, Gail, you're going to do everything beautifully, but when you come into that halt, you're going to fall to one seat bone. You're going to get crooked in your position. You're going to fall over, whether you choose left or right, I don't mind. And we're going to see what effect that has on legacy. When your body gets tilted, when you start to lean and you don't settle into a straight and equal spot. So this time our rider collapses and leans in the halt. Legacy's so good. She's covering for you as best as she can, but we saw a little bit of a shift in the balance to the left. And let's trot forward, and this time be super obnoxious. Trot forward, and we're going to halt right before the judge, right before the turn. And now you drop your weight into me. I'm going to catch you over here. And halt. And fall. Air. Legacy says, I'm not going to miss a camera opportunity. Turning away. Good. So, when our horse isn't as much as the saintly schoolmaster as Legacy is, often when we get on that center line, if our rider's not supporting through both calves, asking the hind legs to step under into halt, or if the rider starts to shift a little bit, the horse will do one of these numbers because the rider is off balance and the horse will scoop underneath them to try to catch them and balance them both into that halt. So Legacy goes, I know we halt at X, we halt square, I'll take care of it for you. But often that can happen, especially on our younger ones that are less confident in themselves. They get there and they'll do one of these numbers as they settle into the halt. So we want our riders to keep the leg on, closing the horse up and under until they finish square and secure. All right, Miss Gail, let's pick up the trot and head down one more beautiful center line so it's all perfect. She plans her turn. She hits dead on center. She's got 50-50 contact, left rein and right rein. Coming into her halt, making sure her horse is on her seat aids. Preparing, sitting, perfectly square. Still through the connection, trotting off. Beautiful. Maintaining the straightness until the last moment. Preparing the turn, tracking left. Well done. All the way out, touching the short side. Riding the corner. Excellent. And down the rail you go.
We hope you enjoyed this bonus podcast. Remember, go to equestrianplus.com to subscribe to our online catalog and enter DT Podcast to get 15% off your first month. Thanks for listening.